Hey there everyone, CT Macdo back again with a brand new game. This is Dear Esther, the Landmark Edition. Um, so this is a rather interesting game. I played this years ago. I don't remember too much about it, other than when I finished it, I felt like I had played something like really cool and unique. It's a beautiful game. It came out in 2012, and basically, you're this dude who's exploring an island, and you've gone through, personal loss and stuff, and he's following the footsteps of an explorer who discovered the island, and he reads passages from journal entries he finds, and basically, how the explorer's life parallels his own life. Now, this is different from the previous series I did, which I'm sure you all remember because so many of you watched it. Life is Strange. This one, it's just walking. You walk and it triggers events and stuff like that. So it's really laid back. It's really casual, but it's all story driven, and I don't remember too much about it. Like I said, I have played it, but it was a long time ago, and I don't remember too much about it, other than, like I said, I felt like I had played something really unique and interesting, and also that it was a really beautiful game as well. So with that being said, I'm just going to shut my pie hole, and we're going to get right into the game. Yep. Oh, here we go. Let's see what we have for options. I just want to make sure that if there's a closed caption, I have it on. Yeah, that'll be fine. Audio. Closed captions are enabled. Very nice. Alright. And we're going to start at the beginning. Need to find my water. Gotta stay hydrated, yo. It's summertime.
Dear Esther, the morning after I was washed ashore, salt in my ears, sand in my mouth, and the waves always at my ankles, I felt as though everything had conspired to this one last shipwreck. I remembered nothing but water, stones in my belly and my shoes, threatening to drag me under to where only the most listless of creatures swim.
Alright, wow, just look at that. So this is where you come onto the island. Can I swim? I don't remember. Oh. I would love to live in a setup like that. Can you imagine right there on the ocean? You got your house right there, and you got a lighthouse right up there. That would be really badass. Ew. What the hell did that guy eat? Ha ha ha, potty humor. Nothing to read there. Say foods and goods. Nice. I like food. I like a lot of food. Oh, is that more food? God damn it. I just ate dinner and now this game's already making me hungry with just 2 food magazines. Yeah. What's this? Graffiti in glow-in-the-dark paint? Okay. Like I said, this is basically just, walking. There's no real interactions or everything. That's why I said, it's kind of laid back, kind of casual, easygoing. Atmosphere is really creepy too, though. My God, how much glow-in-the-dark paint does one person need? Oh, imagine, like, painting your entire house in glow-in-the-dark paint. That would be sick. But I mean the outside of your house, not the inside. Oh shit, that's a zoom-in button. Okay. We're really going to explore this island. We'll see where this goes. If it's a dead end, we'll turn around, come back, and go up that way. Oops. Right now, I'm just looking to see if... Nope. It's all just zooming in there. I was just looking to see if there's a way to move faster, but... Apparently this is max speed. Ah, look at that. There's the lighthouse in the distance. Plenty of litter. That's always nice. Or are those crab traps? I think those are crab traps. Or lobster traps, I mean. You know what I mean. You're smart people.
When you were born, your mother told me, a hush fell over the delivery room. A great red birthmark covered the left side of your face. No one knew what to say, so you cried to fill the vacuum. I always admired you for that you cried to fill whatever vacuum you found. I began to manufacture vacuums just to enable you to deploy your talent. The birthmark faded by the time you were 6 and had gone completely by the time we met, but your fascination with the empty and its cure remained.
Okay, anyways, I was going to say, I think these stairs might lead up to the path that we walked by first. Like I said, we're going to explore this island. We're going to look at every nook and cranny and crevice. Yeah, look at us go. This is on the ground. Plus is us. Weird.
Dear Esther, I found myself to be as featureless as this ocean, as shallow and unoccupied as this bay, a listless wreck without identification. My rocks are these bones, and a careful fence to keep the precipice at bay. Shot through me caves, my forehead a mount. This aerial will transmit into me so. All over exposed, the nervous, where Donnelly's boots and yours and mine still trample. I will carry a torch for you. I will leave it at the foot of my headstone. You will need it for the tunnels that carry me under.
Well, that was pleasant. Alright, yeah, I don't think there's anything else to see this way. Can I go over? Can I get up there? I cannot get up there. Alright. We'll go back the way we came. Maybe. In there. Jesus Christ. Getting stuck on rocks. There we go. Now let's boogie on back. I know we saw that staircase there originally, but I won't go all the way back to the lighthouse. And then, oh, nah, that seems like a waste of time. We'll go up the stairs, head towards the lighthouse, see what's up that way. Like I said, we're going to explore every nook and cranny of this island. Jesus Christ, about stairs. I'd have been winded just walking up those. There's a path there.
A wonderful sight. The moon cresting the junction between the cliff path and the stone circle. It cast a shadow of the ridge across the beach, all the world as if you had signed your name in untidy handwriting.
Pretty cool. I kind of want to go back in the direction of the lighthouse. I want to see what we missed back there.
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
Oh my. So when they were sick, they'd mark lines into the cliffside for people to see to tell them to stay away. Interesting.
I quote directly, a motley lot with little to recommend them. I have now spent 3 days in their company. That is, I fear, enough for any man not born amongst them. Despite their tedious inclination to quote scripture, they seem to me the most God-forsaken of all the inhabitants of the Outer Isles. Indeed, in this case, the very gravity of that term, forsaken by God, seems to find its very apex. It appears to me that Donnelly, too, found those who wander this shoreline to be adrift from any chance of redemption. Did he include himself in that, I wonder?
Good question. Sounds like a crazy bunch of people who know how to party. You know, I mean, I know after a long week of work, I like nothing better than to just kick back and read scripture. I mean, that's my jam. No, can't go up there. Where the hell am I going? I mean, I know we said we were going to explore this place, but still doesn't mean I can't get lost.
Dear Esther, I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
Alright, that sounds interesting. Let's go check out this cave.
I threw my arms wide and the cliff opened out before me, making this rough home. I transferred my belongings from the bothy on the mount and tried to live here instead. It was cold at night and the sea lapped at the entrance at high tide. To climb the peak, I must first venture even deeper into the veins of the island, where the signals are blocked altogether. Only then will I understand them, when I stand on the summit and they flow into me, uncorrupted.
Cool. Well, looks like someone's been going crazy with that glow-in-the-dark paint. Look, there's the lighthouse right there. Oh, this is another path over here. I don't feel like we're going to be backtracking though, the way I wanted to. Looks like we're just going to keep on keeping on.
I dreamt I stood in the center of the sun, and the solar radiation cooked my heart from the inside. My teeth will curl and my fingernails fall off into my pockets like loose change. If I could stomach, I'd eat, but all I seem capable of is salt water. Were the livestock still here, I could turn feral and gorge. I'm as emaciated as a body on a slab, opened up for a premature source of death. I've rowed to this island in a heart without a bottom, all the bacteria of my gut rising up to sing to me.
That was pleasant. What are these things? Ah, chemistry book. Someone was out here chemistrying. Oops, loading. Where the hell am I now?
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services, but although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
Interesting. Ooh. What we got going on down here? A couple of shipwrecks, it looks like.
I had kidney stones and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Wait, is that literally why there's so much paint on this island? Is the ship carrying glow-in-the-dark paint crashed on it? It's actually kind of funny. All things to get stuck with. You get stuck with paint.
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
What's that say over there? Something that gives you a drink. I can't read it. It's too far away. Now can I? Neither. Oh, and neither did he eat nor drink. All right.
All night the boy has kept me lucid. I sat, when I was at the very edge of despair, when I thought I would never unlock the secret of the island, I sat at the edge, and I watched the idiot boy blink through the night. He's mute, and he is retarded, and he has no thought in his metal head but to blink each wave and each minute aside until the morning comes and renders him blind as well as deaf-mute. In many ways, we have much in common.
Wow. Doesn't sound like a very pleasant guy. Now, if I have one complaint about this game so far, it's that I don't have an option for running. I would like it if I could move my ass a little faster. But instead, I'll just crawl along at a snail's pace. Oh, is this where I dropped down? Must be. Alright, so we backtracked a little bit. Sue me. Actually, don't, I'm broke as shit. Kinda over this way I saw a path that led up and around. So we'll go back and check that bad boy out. No, bear trap? No, looks like a steering wheel. Yep, okay. I was gonna say, what kind of asshole leaves bear traps around a deserted island? Oh, there we go, right up over there. Oh, I want to see down there.
What charnel house lies at the foot of this abyss? How many dead shepherds could fill this hole?
More than you can shake a stick at? You know what I'm curious about? YOLO!
Come back.
Oh. Well, that was boring. Thought there was something cool from that, but never mind.
I've begun to climb,
Oh,
away from the sea and towards the center. It is a straight line to the summit, where the evening begins to coil around the aerial and squeeze the signals into early silence. The bothy squats against the mount to avoid the gaze of the aerial. I too will creep under the island like an animal and approach it from the northern shore.
okay. I was going to say, leave it to me to be the person who dies in a walking game. Like, yeah, cool, straight up. There's no quick time events, there's no combat, there's no interactions with everything. You're just going to be the jabroni that dies. I feel like I'm good with that. Maybe.
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either.
So the dude got sick from his goats. I mean, what a horrible way to go. More paint. Oops, hold on one second. Who the hell's running around painting with glow-in-the-dark paint? Ooh. If you guys learned anything about me from the Life is Strange games, I'm all about the invasion of privacy thing. So let's see what sort of
My heart is landfill. These false dawns waking into the still never light. I sweat for you in the small hours and wrap my blankets into a mass. I have always heard the waves break on these lost shores, always the gulls forgotten. I can lift this bottle to my ear, and all there ever is for me is this Hebridean music.
So much paint. I wonder if all this mess is, I mean, obviously some of it's left over in the previous inhabitants, but I wonder if they're like squatters on the island. Because you got all these empty, rusted out cans and crap. Oh, it's a sleeping bag. Suitcase. Nice cup of coffee. Fireplace. Not a bad setup. Oh, Jesus. Alright. Let's get on with our walking. Sorry if I keep stopping. My fingers are just getting all cramped up. Who'd have thought that just holding down a button on a joystick would be kind of discomforting.
In a footnote, the editor comments that at this point, Donnelly was going insane as syphilis tore through his system like a drunk driver. He's not to be trusted. Many of his claims are unsubstantiated, and although he does paint a colourful picture, much of what he says may have been derived directly from his fever. But I've been here, and I know, as Donnelly did, that this place is always half imagined. Even the rocks and caves will shimmer and blur with the right eyes.
Oh, so dude's got syphilis. I mean, not our narrator, but Donnelly, the guy whose journal entries that we're hearing. Just remember, kids, stay away from whores. That's how you get syphilis. And I mean man whores, not just woman whores. Whores can
They
be
found
both,
Jakobsen
all
in
genders.
early spring. The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. He'd struggled halfway down the cliff path, perhaps looking for some lost goat, or perhaps in a delirium, and expired, curled into a claw right under the winter moon. Even the animals shunned his corpse. The mainlanders thought to bring it home unlucky. Donnelly claims they dragged it to the caves to thaw out and rot. But he is proving an unreliable witness.
Oh, got an urn. Cool. Anyways, what I was saying, whores. All genders. Don't be assuming. Stay away from them. Or you get syphilis and then your nose falls off and you go crazy and die. I mean, at least that's what Timmons told me. Walking, walking, walking. So how are you guys doing? Good? Enjoying your summer? That's nice. Ooh, goody goody.
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
Okay. So the guy's batshit crazy. He's got a broken leg. Okay, this looks like it's going to be a dead end. But I still want to check it out. I was just afraid I was going to miss that cave. As you know, I like me some caves. What is this? Oh, a suitcase. And a bunch of books. Is that really all he had in there was books? Oh, I see some clothes. wonder if those could be maps of the island. Wait, it's all the same book. Yeah, when I go on vacation, I like to fill my huge ass suitcase with like 40 copies of the same book. Makes sense. Alright, let's get into this cave. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to predict that we're going to see graffiti painted in glowing paint. Because, you know, there's so much. What the hell's lighting candles? YOLO! Water.
From here, this last time, I have understood there is no turning back. The torch is failing along with my resolve. And hear the singing of the sea creatures from the passages above me, and they are promising the return of the gulls.
Alright, cool story, bro. Cool story. Whoa. Look at this place. Who the hell came down here to light a candle? Also, look at this water. I'm a sucker for water graphics. I got no idea why. I usually judge games by their water graphics. I mean, it could be a shit game, but if the water looks great, you're like, oh my god, best game ever. That's how much of a dumbass I am. Oh, that singing gave me goosebumps. Look how crazy this place is. There's something up here. What's going on? Whoa. I kind of want to go down there. But then there's that. Then there's that. Fuck it, YOLO! Oh, I hope I didn't do a bad. I'm afraid I missed like an entire section of this cave. I did a bad, didn't I? I'm sorry, guys. I guess you'll have to, you know, buy this game and go through and check it out yourself. I should point out, I think this was cheap. I think I bought it on sale for like $2.99. So you know what I mean. I'm not telling you how to spend your money, but if you want to get it, I'd say wait and see if it's on sale. Yeah, I missed an entire part of the cavern. That blows. Another candle. Just there waiting for me. Man, look at these mushrooms. It's so cool. Oh, now we're moving a little faster.
I'm traversing my own death throes. The infection in my leg is an oil rig that dredges black muck up from deep inside my bones. I swallow fistfuls of diazepam and paracetamol to stay conscious. The pain flows through me like an underground sea.
Oh. So, I guess they want me to go that way? I want to see what's this. Oh, hey, look at that. Graffiti. I want to know what all that means. Oh, you know what? I wonder if up is the way I'm supposed to go. Anything down here worth checking out? Yeah, dead end, nothing there. Ooh. Swimming pretty fast. More graffiti. Oh yeah, look at us go. Anything down here? Nope, dead end too. Wait. Oh, sick. Those are paper boats. Someone dropping paper boats from somewhere? It's kind of nuts. Oh, diamonds, I'm rich. And more creepy wall drawings. Yikes. Alright, let's just keep walking. Just keep walking. Just keep walking. Yeah, so even if it doesn't trigger events or anything, I mean, just exploring this place, you find crazy crap like that. Got an itch, got an itch. There we go. I wonder if that's like science related or something. Oh, look at us go. Whoa. Looks almost like stars. Mick. Ooh. These like crystals? Rocks?
This is a drowned man's face, reflected in the moonlit waters. It can only be a dead shepherd who has come to drunk drive you home.
Oh man. Can I go in this? Nuts. It's awesome. Can I get up here? I'm out? I'm out. Kinda cool. Someone left the light on for us. This place nice. Creepy but goddamn nice. What the hell's going through here anyways? Like, ooh, I bet someone's gonna come through here. Let's leave a candle. What? Behold, Damascus is taken? Jesus. This isn't like just splashes of paint. Someone friggin' painted this. Whole tunnel. This is insane. Away from being a city. LBA. Oh, and it's something next. Ah, more water. I wonder how many microbes are floating around in this thing. I hope I don't get like dysentery or something. That would suck. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. I'm done swimming. That's not what I wanted. Wait, what? I didn't see this last time. Holy crap. What is going on? I can't swim up, I can only swim forward. Here I am. Is that supposed to happen? Looks like it was supposed to happen. Whoa. Either when I first played this years ago, I missed that completely, or I just forgot about it. I could have sworn I was supposed to just walk around the hole best as I could and then go through the tunnel on the other side. That was nuts. Oh yeah, more candles. But seriously, who's walking around this deserted island just like, oh, I'm gonna throw down some candles?
I wish I could have known Donnelly in this place. We would have had so much to debate. Did he paint these stones or did I? Who left the pots in the hut by the jetty? Who formed the museum under the sea? Who fell silently to his death into the frozen waters? Who erected this godforsaken aerial in the first place? Did this whole island rise to the surface of my stomach, forcing the gulls to take flight?
Dude, don't ask me, I just got here. I think this is where I want to go. I mean, obviously the further the story along I go that way, but over this way I think there's more to explore. As you know, I love me some exploring. What the crap? Yeah, I see. You want me to go that way. But... damn it, I want to explore. Whoop. Nope. Okay. That didn't work so well. Alright, so you want me to go in there, I'm betting. But there's stuff over there. Oh, plus I gotta go all the way around that way, I think. We're going this way. We're committed, it's what happening. That's it. Who the hell puts a candle out here? Yeah, whoever lives here is really creeping me out. So I eventually do need to come back up this way. But again, exploring. And sore thumb. Oh. Whoops. My bad. I thought I was going up here. Oh, I know why, I know why, I know why. Gotta take the long way around. Yeah, so besides a run button, this game could definitely do with a jump button. Because I would love to be doing some jumping. Can I run if I zoom in? No. I'm still slow as crap. Oh, I missed it before. There's a tent. Interesting. Someone's out here camping. I guess it would make sense. Oh, except when tide came in, that would have to suck. Oh, look at that. More goddamn paint. Seriously, the narrator brings up a good point. Who's friggin' painting all over this place? It's more than just a little creepy. Should I be down there? I think I should. What?
Dear Esther, I find each step harder and heavier. I drag Donnelly's corpse on my back across these rocks, and all I hear are his whispers of guilt, his reminders, his burnt letters, his neatly folded clothes. He tells me I was not drunk at all.
Oh. Okay, one, so he means metaphorically he's dragging Donnelly's corpse around on him. Donnelly died like ages ago. But I knew like he lost his family in a car accident to a drunk driver. I didn't realize he was the drunk driver. I thought it was just some random person. Turns out it was this guy all along. Where do those pictures come from? What's going on? Defibrillator. Tools. Is this guy losing his shit? This guy got the Syphilipolis too? This is crazy. Now I want to check out all the candles. Feels like there's just a bunch of crazy crap all around them. And of course now I'm horribly disappointed. Jack in the Box, Jesus. Alright. Time is money, friends. You know, aside from the syphilis and the crazy cave drawings, it'd probably be a cool place to live. I mean, I would definitely explore the crap out of it. Okay, only because I don't know if I'll be able to come back. What's going on over here? I see more stuff. Oh, is that pieces of the car? Alright, either I don't remember this game well, or I missed a lot of stuff when I played it the first time originally, but this is hella more intense than I remember.
All by the roadside, by the exit for Damascus, all ticking and cooled, all feathers and remorse, all of these signals routed like traffic through the circuit diagrams of our guts, those badly written boats torn bottomless in the swells, washing us forever ashore.
Yeah, what he said. What? Light from heaven shone around him. Alright, so there's more crazy stuff going on. Now I feel like whoever's lighting these candles is an asshole. It's like, oh yeah, check out these candles. BTW, we're gonna show you horrible stuff. There's that singing again.
From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
That's where all those paper boats came from down in that cave. And there's more. Oh, wow. Alright, alright. Shit's definitely getting cray. on a sudden light from heaven shone around him, and he fell to the ground. Is this those crazy shepherds that just like quoting scripture for shits and giggles? I feel it might be. This is the type of game that makes me worried that I'm gonna miss something.
A sound of torn metal, teeth running over the edge of the rocks, a moon that casts a signal. As I lay pinned beside you, the ticking of the cooling engine, and from a great height, all my mind as a bypass.
Yo, this is getting intense. Wait, is there a person over there? What? Right, either my memory is super shitty or I missed a lot of stuff when I played before. And I'm willing to put money on it. It's just me having a shitty memory. How much you guys want to make a bet when we come up around this corner that dude's gone?
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
And I called it, the dude's gone. Left us a candle though. What'd that say? And something he was... Oh, and as he was proceeding on his journey, and was come near to panicking. And he...
If only Donnelly had experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis. retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
Goddamn syphilis. Alright. 3 days and... throughout something. But then I saw more down here. And neither did he eat or drink. Alright, so this Donnelly guy went crazy and nuts and died of the syphiliopolis. And then this guy, the narrator, apparently is just batshit crazy over killing his family in a car accident because he was a drunk ass dumbass.
The stones in my stomach will weigh me down and ensure my descent is true and straight. I will break through the fog of these godforsaken pills and achieve clarity. All my functions are clogged, all my veins are choked. If my leg doesn't rot off before I reach the summit, it will be a miracle. There are 21 connections in the circuit diagram of the anti-lock brakes. There are 21 species of gull inhabiting these islands. It is 21 miles between the Sandford Junction and the turn-off for home. All these things cannot, will not be a coincidence.
Okay, guy. Someone's losing this shit. Oh wow, this is a nice view. I want my little home like that. Just, you know, minus the syphilis. And oh, there's so much. How crazy was this guy? Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna say he cranked the dial up to an 11. And something to pass that has something on journey and something. Can't make it all out. Let's say noun. From heaven. Light around about. I guess this is what happens when you get syphilis go crazy.
He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all. He had not drunk with Donnelly or spat Jacobson back at the sea. He had not careered across the lost shores and terminal beaches of this nascent archipelago. He did not intend his bonnet to be crumpled like a spent tissue by the impact. His windscreen was not star-studded all over like a map of the heavens. His paintwork etched with circuit diagrams, strange fish to call the gulls away. The phosphorescence of the skid marks lighting the M5 all the way from Exeter to Damascus.
Okay. Anyways, gonna say, I guess this is what happens when you mix syphilis in an unending supply of glow-in-the-dark paint. I wonder if there are any paintbrushes on that shipwreck, or else he did all this by some other means. I mean, I'm just saying, did he have a paintbrush, or was he dipping his hands in the paint? Something was going on. Oh, it's getting crazy! That was nuts. Came into... Damascus. Oh, that sounds creepy as hell. I hear voices too.
We will leave twin vapor trails in the air. White lines etched into these rocks.
Okay.
Dear Esther, I have burned the cliffs of Damascus. I have drunk deep of it. My heart is my leg, and a black line etched on the paper all along this boat without a bottom. You are all the world like a nest to me. Eggs unbroken form like fossils, come together, send small black flowers to the air. From this infection, hope. From this island, flight. From this grief, love.
What is going on? Shit. Oh, this is gonna hurt when he hits. Okay, so that was Dear Esther, and that ended up being way more intense than I remember. Um, wow, I've like got goosebumps from that. So yeah, all joking aside, I mean, I started this game off thinking I could make fun of it for it just being walking around, trying to trigger not quick time events, but just trying to trigger actions and stuff. But as we got further into this game, it got really intense. And then, that guy clearly going crazy while he's talking about, uh, the other Donnelly going crazy, and this was just really good. Can we skip out of this? Yeah, let's go to the main menu. Alright, yeah. So that was Dear Esther. Like I said, I got this on sale. I think it was like $3 or something. While this was way better than I remember, I would probably say if you ever see this on sale for whatever system you played on, go ahead and grab it and play it. You won't be disappointed. But yeah. So that's this for the game. Not sure when I'll do the next game or what it'll be. I'm thinking I might want. I don't know if I want to do something lighthearted or if I want to do another pretty intense one. I'm kind of torn between Gone Home and Firewatch, both of which I absolutely loved. But anyways, I think I have rambled on long enough, so I'm going to let you guys go back to what you're doing, and I will talk to you later.